Hello, my name is Cory Ingram, and I'm here to work on the forearm pass in Ultimate Frisbee. All right, there are three simple skills you need to keep in mind. One is you want to start out with your feet shoulder width apart. Two, you always step in opposition when you throw. And three, you want to have a limp wrist whenever you throw. You don't want to be stiff. If you stiff, it's going to curve to the left or to the right. Have a pretty limp wrist, and it's all in the flick of the wrist. All right, we're going to go through that again. So your feet shoulder width apart, step in opposition, flick wrist. All right, and the more arm you put into it, the more it's going to go to the left or the right. You want to eliminate the upper arm as much as you can. It's all in the wrist and the forearm. So you're going to take it back. It's not going to be a full cock. All right, about halfway. All right, step, flick. All right, I'm going to throw this one and give you an example. So step, throw, flick. Now, the most difficult thing about this throw is the flick. All right, a lot of people call this the flick because it is just that. It's just flicking the wrist. It's where you get all your power from. All right, a lot of people really want to put their whole arm. If you've been playing baseball or really any kind of other throwing sport, you're going to want to put your whole arm into it, but you want to stay away from that. So you're just going to step and it's a flick. All right, you can start out if you would like, all right, by holding your wrist and then just simply flicking the Frisbee. This is the best way to understand how the flick is. You take your arm, upper arm, out of the equation and just leave your lower arm and wrist. So the last thing we're going to work on is just simply going over it and letting you see how I do it so you can understand how when you put all these motions together, your step, cock, throw, or flick, all right, how it's going to look. And it's going to be a little difficult when you try to break it down if you're used to doing the motion like fluidly. But the thing you want to remember is that everybody starts at a certain level. All right, you can build your way up. It might look awkward to begin with, but eventually you'll work up to that fluidity that you want. All right, so here's the flick pass. I'm going to do two. Just watch and pay attention to my feet, my wrist, and the way my body moves. If you noticed, there was not a lot of arm in that. I maybe brought my arm back right here at the most, and it was all a flick of the wrist. This is the motion you want, all right? So we've gone over the forearm pass or the flick. All right, the last thing I want to go over is kind of just for fun. It's called a hammer, all right? And this is more for the baseball players. It's a little easier because your arm movement is actually over the head. All right, so it's not a flick this way, but it's the same arm motion, but you're just going to come from over the head. All right, and you want to make sure that when it's over your head, it's going to be in about this angle. All right, and once again, you don't want to put too much arm into it. You're going to put more arm into this one, but you still want to have a lot of that flick in there.
Каждый из нас выбирает дорогу, по которой идти. Тысячи фраз нас сбивают с толку во время пути. Ты хотел изменить, но это лишь попытка. Ты хотел изменить, это твоя ошибка. Я прощения некому.